Revolution is local. Revolution is local. We should be respecting the sovereignty of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And because we haven't respected the sovereignty of other countries, we're having our own sovereignty as Americans denied right here on American soil. You know, we've got our own revolution to fight, and it's right here. You know what I mean? We've got some people to hold accountable.
Yeah, and you're so right too with like the other side, or the blue-haired rainbow, the people that show up. You're right. They still have enough passion. At least have enough passion to show up and like kind of stand on what they believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's worse to people that are still like watching Netflix right now and like so unaware. They're just choosing not to look at what's going on.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, they're more the apathetic person I respect the least. At least the liberal has their beliefs. But you're right, because every time we go to school boards and stuff, when I talk to the other side, like privately, and I usually bring up issues like you talk about, the bigger overall issues of like water and like the economics and energy, and like defense. They agree with me on a lot of that stuff. And everybody I've always talked to, even the opposing side, one-on-one, it always goes like decent. It only goes bad online. It's only on social media they talk that trash like that.
One another.
But when you talk, and I'll never forget real quick, like when I was working the rehab and stuff, people with addiction, I was always shocked because you always think you see the worst person and they're just so leaving, coming back, and you always kind of think in your head like, oh, they have they're not working on oh, they're not going to make it, man. God, I hope they don't, die of an OD, but they're just not changing at all. I never thought that person would but that's always the person that gets 15 years sober and makes the biggest change, and then it's helping, other people the most. The person that you almost thought, you never know. You never know somebody's trigger. Sometimes you go find somebody on the opposing side that's so extreme, and you have one good conversation with them and flip them a little bit to start looking up at who the real enemy is, and you get someone like that on your side. That's what they're terrified of. Like you said, that's the true populist movement, whether it's BLM or the LGBTQ plus. I still think they just haven't heard our side face to face, and when you hear our point of view, it's hard to deny.
That's the thing, is and when I say the establishment, right? And I like that word because that's what it is. It's the establishment doesn't want us to engage. So when you're inside of your echo chamber, you're constantly fed information to make it so you don't even want to engage.
Yep.
But it's like when you do, it's way different.